This is Group 4. I was mistaken. May the best racer win. It appears the racers are now preparing to line up. A few of them have already made their way to the checkered line in the front stretch. It seems a few others in the pit lane are taking last-minute preparations to begin the race. Ice resistance has suddenly left. Oh, he's still here. Must have been teleported. I just didn't see it. Oh yes, I see now. Alright, the current racers are being lined up and they're going to get ready to race now. Not sure as to why Senor decided to come back to the pit lane. Same thing with Ice. Was not very smart of them, given that it's not time to race, but let them do their thing, I suppose. I mean, hey, it's just points, right? Ugh, excuse me. So they have now officially received the go-ahead to start lining up at the line. Racers should now start making their way towards the checkered flag. Or checkered line in this case, I guess. It appears Ice has returned. Now, I'm not sure who the three AFK people are up here. I'm not even sure where Grizz went. Very odd for them just to leave like that, but okay. As I said before, after all, this is just points. So what's the matter? If you cannot tell, I'm being sarcastic. Alright, this is the race. 4 drivers, 1 track, 10 laps. The race begins now. "13 seconds to go. And they're off! A slow start at the beginning of the front stretch going towards the first corner. All drivers get a great start. Grog and Riz take top while Ice and Sez stay bottom. Riz seems to be getting towards the bottom, trying to mix himself in with the group of Ice and Says, while Grog stays on the very far behind, trying to do his own thing. It seems he falls to the bottom at the very last with no slipstream and no bump drafting. Says currently has the lead entering the backstretch. Oh, and Rizzy gets spun like no tomorrow. The race continues. Says continues on the backstretch. Ice is right behind them, and there has been a caution called with race back. Couldn't even get the first lap done. And the racers cross the finish line for the first time already under a caution. Says first, Ice second, Grog third. Rizzy, of course, last, given that he has crashed. They will now attempt, most likely, a restart. They're currently gathering their muster again, preparing themselves for an even grander attempt at what could be a race of the century. Currently right now, the leaderboard shows that Says it's the leader, with Sirhan only half a second behind, with Grog a full 1.4 seconds, and then of course Rizzy with 25 seconds behind. As to how this will be going through the race officials, I do not know. It seems that Grog does not know what he's doing. He seems to just be flailing all over the place like a child. Hopefully that's bound to change. But only time can tell, right? Oh my god. It seems that people are able to collide with cars, causing great damage. Ice now has to realign himself as Nando pretty much turned himself into a missile. It happens. I could have sworn there were more racers. I don't know what happened. Oh, I guess I know what's going on. It's going to be group at a time, isn't it? I'm a little stupid. I hope that's the case. Otherwise, I really don't know. And once again, we are here with the countdown. 9 laps to go. And they're off! Once again, a very slow start as they... Oh, Ice gets pushed into the grass already. Bad late start for him. Says Rizzy and Grog take their poles, respectively. They move along the front stretch left, going towards the forced corner. Grog continues to weave and try and hits a wall. He is now stuck in the wall. Now there is Says and Rizzy as they cross into the first and second corner, moving towards the backstretch. They continue onward. Crossing into the straightaway of the backstretch, they move fast. Rizzy right behind Says, only half a length away. They move on to the third corner, moving fast, going topside. Says hits a wall, Rizzy hits her. Just a small clip for each, but that caused a few seconds. And there's a caution. Caution has come out in the air. Says crosses first, Rizzy crosses with a second behind. And now once again, lap at a time, we do another caution. Now, I'm not so sure how Grog managed to hit a wall. Ice seems to have just been slipped out of the formation. Unfortunately, it happens. But that's okay. These are new cars, and we're still learning them after all, so what can you do? Poor Ice. It's okay, Ice. You got this. I believe in you. I really do wish there were more racers today, though. That would be interesting. It seems like Grog has left. He must have got tired of the cars. So it comes down to the big three then. Ice at third place, Rizzy in second, and Says at first. Hopefully they can stay together so I can have some good shots. I'm not trying to see any stragglers. Alright. Nando seems to have gone MIA as well as to where he seems he has left. He must have crashed. I'm half tempted to start the race, but says I think that's on purpose or accidentally. I mean, he's still in the chat, so I guess he can't join Roblox. Would you like me to take over, Nando? Just for the countdown, I mean. Okay, he's on his way. We're good. He's on his way. It seems we have a lot of latency issues today. Maybe Grog did not mean to leave either, because he did crash into that wall rather groggily. So he might have rage quit. Yes. Don't worry, nothing embarrassing will happen. I'm a very professional commentator. I'm recording too. I guess everybody's recording today. I guess we're all recording. There you go, Rizzy. Use your head. Alright, and we are back with 8 seconds, 7. And now they go. And they're off! Once again with a slow start as their engines rev up across the checkered line, signifying the resummation of the race. Says holds first with a half-length lead. Rizzy is right behind her with Ice just about 2 lengths behind. Maybe 1.5. They all stay low, going onto the first corner, entering the first turn. Racing towards second. Oh, Ice goes high, losing momentum. And they all enter the backstretch unscathed. It's getting hairy. They're going at least 180 miles an hour, most likely more. Rizzy is right behind Sez's bumper. Ice takes low this time, trying to regain the momentum he had lost in terms of turn 3. Scorching out of turn 4, they cross the checkered line without an incident. It's beautiful, folks. Sez is able to gain speed, losing Rizzy just a little bit, a few seconds ahead. Maybe 1.5. Rizzy actually catches back up to Sez. Ice is still stuck in the back, I'd say about 2 seconds behind. Rizzy is starting to lose his momentum as Sez begins to take high. Turning onto the third corner, Sez goes low. Rizzy is right behind her still. Ice is losing him more momentum, it seems. Uh-oh. Onto the fourth turn. Everything seems to be going fine. Sez scorches towards the checkered line and crosses it unscathed, so does the other two. No positions have been changed yet. Lead change stays the same. Now all 3 races are evenly spaced out as they go on to turn 3 as they approach it, going towards the backstretch. Sez seems to have an amazing about 4 seconds of length in front of her as Rizzy and Ice group together in the back, but they begin to close in on each other as they try to turn a little bit faster than what their cars can anticipate. Crossing into the first and second corner now. They're all still evenly spaced out as they cross the backstretch. Not too many risky maneuvers right now, as they are all too evenly spaced out unless they make their own personal driver errors. Sez seems to be weaving in and out of low and high. attempting to gain momentum as she moves on. Rizzy is in the middle, attempting to see what looks like mimicking her, trying to remain in the same racing line, while Ice continues to try and push up, gaining on Rizzy, just by a margin. They're all still evenly spaced out as Cez continues to take what seems to be the low mid of the track. Rizzy and Ice do the exact same thing as they now cross from the fourth corner back towards the checkered flag. Or line, my apologies. We are now on the 8th lap. Now we have 2 to go. Their margins seem to close in on each other a little bit. Each car seems to be a few seconds closer than the last lap. Once again, for the 9th time, Cez crosses the checkered line. We have 2 to go. Ice seems to lose more momentum, losing pace, as Rizzy gains on Cez, and Ice is still stuck in the back. Rizzy seems to finally trying to be doing his last maneuver as we approach the white flag. The white flag is now in the air. This is the last lap. White flag. Rizzy gains on Cez. A few more seconds lost or gained. Cez stays high, hoping to be able to use that momentum to slingshot herself around the corner coming up ahead. They cross into the 3rd corner. This is the final stretch of the map. Ice is still stuck in the very back. Cez crosses into the last and 4th turn. Cez rapidly approaches the finish line. Cez has a gold! And that concludes this race with Rizzy in 2nd and Ice in 3rd. Cez crossed with about I'd say about a 4 car length finish. Great job, racers. You all performed well. And now, we line up with Group 2. I believe that would be Senor Burrito, Iris, and Nihilus. No, it's just Burrito and Nihilus. I stand corrected. I believe Nihilus is AFK. Yeah, I can see that. I apologize. I thought you were. Oh, he's back. Here he is. I'm sure this is going to be another snooze fest. That's okay. We'll see how it goes. I do remember that, yeah, but I've gotten better now, so it's okay. That's okay. I'm glad you do. I'm just glad I haven't gotten last place since. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I want. I just don't want to be last place. As long as I'm not last place, I'm fine. Like, I'm okay with whatever positioning I get. I missed you too, Iris. But yeah, I'm okay with whatever positioning I get as long as it's not last place. No offense, Ice. And now, Senor and Nihilus line up at the checkered line. ready to start the racing for Group 2. In the 28 car is Nihilus with the Hardee's sponsorship and the Nihilus with the Chinese flag. And then in the Apex Twin Cam 16 Toyota Corolla lies Senor Burrito, which is a white car. A beautiful model. I expect much from these two wonderful, prestigious racers. May the best man win. And the countdown begins. 10 seconds until liftoff. Make sure you record this audio. Actually, I can give you the audio file. And they're off! Nihilus and Senor Burrito both begin. Senor Burrito seems to be weaving in and out, trying to gather momentum to get back on the track and gain speed as Nihilus takes off towards the top as they round the first corner into the first turn. They stay close-knit behind, with Senor Burrito only about a length and a half behind, touching the grass past the yellow line. I don't know what that is. Nihilus continues forward, straight as an arrow as Senor Burrito takes top. Nihilus mimics that action, attempting to block Senor Burrito even though he's so far back, going top as well. They seem to be trying to slingshot themselves around the track. And Nihilus touches first towards the bottom, and then he goes back top. Nihilus remains in first, crossing the checkered line first on the first lap. Nihilus continues, going low on this time, while Senor Burrito stays high, losing just a little bit of momentum. Their gap seems to be increasing due to his momentum loss. Senor Burrito does not seem to get the drift to go low as Nihilus continues to have a gain on him. Or maybe I'm mistaken. They seem to be about the same. Nihilus crosses the line again on his second lap. Senor Burrito seems to be having a hard time staying in the track's limits as he continues to touch the grass and yellow line. Nihilus continues forward, in the middle, as straight in his arrow, leaving the second turn now. Or second corner, I should say. Approaching the third corner on the back stretch, Nihilus goes high and then low, while Senor Burrito continues to use his same tactic, attempting to stay high. What's this? No, he's trying to go low! But he lost the momentum. Unfortunately, the centrifugal force took him into the wall, but he did not lose any speed. Nihilus crosses the line on the third lap first. Nihilus seems to slingshot himself around, while Senor Burrito goes all the way into the grass, trying to catch up to Nihilus with cutting, and he hits the wall! Their gap is now significantly decreased after that very risky maneuver done by Senor Burrito. Nihilus still has that gain, though, as he is not in danger just yet. Senor Burrito seems to receive a warning by the race officials telling them not to go low again. Nihilus continues. Their gap has decreased even more, with Senor Burrito getting even closer to Nihilus. Soon enough, he'll be in his slipstream, and then it really will be a race of the ancients. We are now on lap 4 of 6. They are now neck and neck, as Senor Burrito has finally made it back up to Nihilus's bumper. He seems to lose a little bit of traction, though, and they resume their about 1.5 car length, maybe 2 cars. It continues to divot between those two. They stay low. Senor Burrito tries to mimic Nihilus's movements, staying... Senor Burrito continues! Senor Burrito! Senor Burrito continues! He gets real close to Nihilus. He's almost right there. He was there for just a moment. We are now down to 2 to go. White flag! White flag! White flag! Sorry. This is white flag! Senor Burrito has to bring this home. Otherwise, Nihilus will take home this gold. Senor Brito needs to find out what he's doing wrong in the next 30 seconds, otherwise he will not be able to take home the gold. Nihilus continues confidently as ever, stretching back on the backstretch, turns towards the third corner, continuing onward. And this is it, the final stretch of the race. Nihilus takes low while Senor Brito goes high. Exiting the fourth corner, Nihilus continues towards the line. Senor Brito cannot catch up. It's Nihilus. Nihilus wins first. He takes home the gold. What a race. Somehow with two people, that was still much more interesting than Group 4. Congratulations to Sez and Nihilus for their wins. And that concludes our group races for the day. Congratulations to the winners.